Great. There we go. All right. Thanks, Greg. So I'm Vince with Listings to Leads, and this is a new platform we're rolling out for you, and it's a pretty exciting time. I'll just tell you a little bit about what we do. We have a number of tools for realtors, whether they have listings or whether they don't have listings. And what we're able to do is help you find both buyers and sellers. And in today's market, finding listings is really tough, but we definitely have some strategies and some tools that'll help you do that. So before we kind of dive into the system, there are always kind of resources that I want to kind of point out to you. One, if you're trying to learn about us, there is a blog at the top, and anything that is new and is happening, we are announcing right here. We keep it pretty brief, but you can get a little bit there. But probably the more important spot is inside of Facebook. It's called the Mastermind Group. And I think, Greg, I invited you to this. I think you're in here, right?
Yep, correct.
And Greg, I don't know what it looks like how you access this system, but you should be able to invite your other agents on your team here. We'll see in the system, we'll approve. But there are a couple of things that I want to show you. And honestly, our system works really, really well. But the trick to our system is you have to use it. If you just turn it on, you might not get so much. If you actually start using the tools, you can find that you can grow your business a lot. And we've had people. I'm going to kind of give you an example. Somebody came in the Mastermind Group and asked this question: who here gets 2 listings or more per month strictly from L2L? And a bunch of our clients, jumped in and said, yeah, we get this and that. This guy here, Terry, said we average 2 listings for each marketed listing, all from L2L tools, Facebook ads, mailers, and open houses. So there's kind of 3 sections that he's using, and he's able to take 1 listing and turn them into 2. And at this point, he's probably turning them into 3 more. And that's kind of an important thing. I think a lot of realtors feel like there's one tool out there that I can use and it's just going to get me a bunch of listings. And if we had that tool, we'd be charging you thousands of dollars for every one of those listings. But we don't have a magic bullet. We have a whole system, and there's not a lot to it. I'm going to show you the tools that if you use just these tools I'm going to show you, it's going to grow your business. I'll tell you one more thing about Dustin. Well, I set up the offices around the country, right? Just like your team, I set all the teams up around the country. And I do this call for every office. And I do multiple calls. So if we need to have another call and talk about this, we'll do it again. Well, I set up Dustin in a company called Pearson Smith, just south of Washington, D.C. And he was a rookie agent, 2 years in the business, doing $5 million in production. He listened to this call. He jumped on some of the tools, and in 2 years he went from 5 to 20 million. And then he got on a webinar with us for our clients because he had been talking a lot in the Mastermind Group. He said, we'd really like to hear what you have to say. And what Dustin said was, the reason I'm doing this is because my business, I went from being a rookie, to being kind of a star in the office. And he said, I went to 20 million and 80% of my business comes from your tools. And I was floored. Wow. I was floored by that. I was like, wow. So I'm on the call and I just said, well, Dustin, how much time a week do you put in our system to do that, to go from 5 to 20 in 2 years? And he said, I do 2 hours a week. He said, I put my daughter in her ballet class and I go next door to Starbucks and I work for 2 hours on my laptop. And that's what I do with Listings to Leads. Now, when I first learned about Dustin, it was from this post in our Mastermind Group. And he just said, our highest ROI is this nearby homeowner letter. And that letter, I'm going to show you where it lives. We create it for each of you for every listing at any status. It looks just like this. It's not super high tech. Greg, did you want to say something there?
No, yeah, actually, I've used it.
Yeah, this is a top tool for our clients who want more listings. So if you want more listings, you're going to want to kind of pay attention to what Dustin is saying. He puts it inside of a black envelope. The goal here, our agents have figured out, our clients, that if this looks like junk mail, it doesn't get open. So he's got it in a black envelope with first-class postage. and he mails it to 250 homes. He even little made a one pager of his Zillow reviews. And he mails it to 250 homes. It did cost him $625 to do that, right? And he stuffed the envelopes himself with his wife. But they got 10 listings with an average commission of 17,000. So they were pretty psyched, and that's why they came in the group. You'll see nearly 200 comments here from all kinds of agents around the country trying to, create that or get that going. And Dustin came in a couple months later and he said, hey, we're now paying people to handwrite these envelopes. Again, the goal is to get the thing open, because that very simple letter, let me show you again what it is. We call it the nearby homeowner letter. Let's just dive into the system real quick. Just dive into the system. So Greg's, I've got Greg here. And he's got some listings in here, and maybe some of these are bold, but let's just look at it and I'll show you that letter. And you can use this letter even if you borrow a listing, right? This might not be Greg's listing, but it's right here under marketing. It's called a nearby homeowner letter. And let me download it for you and show you exactly what it is. Now we'll back up and I'll show you this again, how I got here. I'm just sort of moving quickly here. But this is important because it's the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. We have a lot of tools that will get you listing leads, but the quality of those leads vary. The highest quality leads come from this piece of paper, and let me explain to you why. So our clients mail it to people, right? And or they even door knock it if they're holding an open house. They'll go door knock, a bunch and just leave them behind. And it says, hey, we're selling something. Often they door knock on an open house. It says, hey, we've got an open house, 1 to 5. Go to that web page right there and find out about it. But then these letters always say, when this home is sold, it will affect your home value. So go here to, in this case, gregs.freehomevalues.com and become find out your free home value. So that's a great thing, because who is going to take a physical piece of paper into their own home, go to their own computer and type in that web address, then type in their address, their home address, and then give you their email? The only people who are going to do that are people seriously thinking about selling their home. And so a lot of agents think that taking a home value page like this and throwing it out on Facebook and saying, click here to get your free home value is the way to go. And had we been talking like 4 or 5 years ago, it was the #1 way to go. But Facebook has changed a lot. And this old school print letter is way, way more effective. It won't capture as many leads as a Facebook ad. But our clients often tell us if they mail 1 or 200 of these, they'll end up getting 1 or 2 listings. So let me show you something back in the mastermind group. And then we'll kind of stop talking about this here. There are a lot of our clients. There's 3 names I would like you to remember from the mastermind group. And this is only if you want more listings, okay? I mentioned one, Dustin Fox. There's another one here. Her name is Alicia Pless, and she's in this group all the time, talking about every time she mails something, she's getting multiple listings. And these are her envelopes. She's got like this lime green and, banana yellow. But she's just like, I keep sending this out and I keep getting more listings, right? So again, if you want more listings, I would recommend that you read what Alicia is saying, because she shares a lot of information about what she's doing in the system. And
what's her last name?
Pless, Pless.
Okay.
And then there's this guy here. And this guy right now in the current market, in the market that we're all working in, is killing it with our system. And I'm going to explain to you what he is doing, and then I want you to write his name, Chris Winstead. Again, only if you want more listings. That video is cool, and it's really good, but that's actually not what's getting him more listings. What's getting him more listings is the letter that I just showed you. So he came in our group and he said, hey, I got 5 listings in 3 months. He's in San Antonio, Texas. Now, I'll tell you, Chris moved to San Antonio like a month or 2 prior to him posting, or 3 months, actually 3 or 4 months. He moved there because he's married with kids, and his wife's family are in San Antonio. So they thought, let's go live where our family is. So he buys a house in this really nice neighborhood and decides, I want to be the guy. I want to be the realtor everybody knows. So this was the strategy he developed. Create this video, keep pointing them to get their free home value on our home value page. But he also mailed that letter out every other week to neighbors who own their homes for 5 years or more. So some version, any listing, borrowed listings, just listed, open house coming soon, sold. It didn't matter. He just got this letter out every 2 weeks. Now, he got the list from, I think, a company called Remind. And there are a number of companies or ways to get a list of homeowners with equity. And he says once they opt in on the neighborhood landing page, meaning once, he'd mail this letter every 2 weeks to the same group of people. Once they opened it and went to this bottom link here, then he would hit them up every week. I consistently contact him every week. Phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. That right there is a very simple recipe of how to get more listings. Now, I'm going to show you something else here. This right here came on February 17th. And I mentioned 2 years ago, this guy was a rookie not a rookie, but he went into San Antonio with no name recognition. He just knew how to be a realtor. Now he's starting his own office and he's doing his own online training program. And I definitely recommend that you watch this video. It's in our mastermind group. He posted it on February 17th because he talks about how he's taking our tool and sort of tweaking a little bit to get even more listings out of it. So that guy's super smart. I would definitely check out what he's doing. So I kind of jumped into it to talk about, what some of our clients are doing, but let's talk about what you guys need to be doing. And let's see here, get over to your system. First thing you got to do is set up your account. Now, Greg, I sent you a video a couple days ago, like 5 minutes how to set up your account. Did everybody get that?
Yep.
Cool.
I've got that, yep, and I'm going through it, yep.
Well, I'm going to spend a couple minutes going through it just in case somebody didn't open this, right? So
okay.
I sent a video to Greg and asked him to share it with you. So I'm going to go over here to, well, here's Christina. Now it looks like she logged in. So what I want you guys to make sure you do right away is to go to auto posting up here. She's done that. She connected Facebook. She didn't connect these other ones, but there is a message here that you need to create a Facebook page link it with Instagram. So it's not quite connected. She has Instagram. Like I have Facebook and I have Instagram, but they're not connected in the back of Facebook. Yeah. And so it's not going to auto post to Instagram the way she's hoping. But I would recommend that you connect all these platforms, then click on listings over here, preferences listings, and I would turn off these 2 boxes so that we're not really customizing, and all you got to do is click copy and paste and save. So when I clicked copy and paste, it copied this text and it put it here. What this is going to do is this is the text that will be on top of every automated post. She's going to be automatically posting. When she pulls a listing into her account, it's going to auto post to this business page. You can have multiple business pages here if you want, but that's step number 1. Okay. Step number 2 is if you have reviews in Zillow, click this box here. Greg, do you have reviews in Zillow?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. One other thing is lead links, and this one you're going to want to watch in the video. So let's go to one of her listings. I'm going to click here and look at her listings. I want to, how I mentioned how Dustin Fox says he gets 2 or 3 more listings every time he markets a listing. Well, this is the market listing area. Okay, so when we pull your listing in, we send a bunch of these tools to you in your email. We auto post to your social media. This is what a Facebook post look like on Facebook automatically, right? So as soon as you pull a listing in your account, boom, it's going to go out. It's going to go to her business page. It's going to say that dynamic language that I just copied and pasted over. But let's go look at the single property website. And because we create single property websites and virtual tours and e-flyers, and they all share this kind of concept. Hey, by the way, Greg, we got your logo up in the system.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so we just put the White House in here as a fake listing so that you can look at the tools while you don't have a listing in here. But you'll notice that it says Land O'Lakes Homes, Tarpon Springs, Dunedin or Dunedin. And these are links that are pointing right to your team website, right? So we do that because sometimes when people see your home, the majority of people don't actually want your home. They don't like the kitchen, they don't like whatever, and they don't want it, right? So in this case, we give them options to get off of our tool and get over to your website. But we also give them this option about free home values, right? And if you scroll down this page, you're going to see that there's a big old thing here that says, what is your home worth now? And if you keep scrolling, you're going to see another big footer that says, what is your home worth? So our tools, even though we're marketing a home that's for sale, is actually got multiple hooks to capture listing information. And we do that because we're just using common sense. I know if you've been a realtor a while, you know that often there are a lot of buyer leads that actually own homes. They just don't want to talk to a realtor right now, and they're just going out and doing some fact finding. So if they see your listings, they're going to get offered to get a free home value. And if they click on this, you might, I don't know if you can see it, it says the Grant Home Group in this URL. And that's because when we set up the account, we only set up one. We don't set up this landing page for each of you. And this is in the 5-minute video that I sent you. So this is going to kind of get your head spinning. Each of you has a lead links page, okay? And let me explain to that what that is. For here, for me, when I hover over this, I can tell that it says Grant Homes Group. But if I go to my landing page section, which is inside your account, it will be a tab over here, you can grab your own personal home value link, copy it, click on edit over here. Oh, that's the wrong button. And paste it right here. Okay. So that when that free home value or any of the home value leads that you're capturing from your listings, those leads are going to go to you. By default, those leads are going to the office. So definitely make that change if you want more listings. Okay. It's in, I go a little bit slower inside the, in that 5-minute video, but definitely make that change. And then the last thing to connect to is ads. And I'm going to jump out of this view and I'm going to log into my personal account because ads are really important. And I can show you better from mine than I can from that login. So on the ad section here, it's going to do two things. When you come here the first time, this is my ads page. You can see all the ads I've run in the past. You can see my cost per click. You can see how many leads I got, and you can even see how many people saw my ad. It says reached. But when you come here the first time, it will not look like this. It will have one big green button. It'll say connect to Facebook. You click on that. It's going to take you to a page on Facebook with your name and say continue as you, and you say yes. And then as soon as you say yes, it's going to drop you on a page with all of your business pages. And you choose the real estate business pages that you want to connect to. And then you click save and done and okay, and boom, you'll be here. And these 3 green buttons will be here. Create a listing ad, create a PDF guide ad, and a landing page ad. So let's see how easy it is to run an ad, okay, for a property. And let me ask, I know there's only a couple people here, but do you guys run ads on Facebook?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool, cool. So then you know that there's like 3 pages and maybe 10 or 15 things you got to click on. Let's do this right here. I want to click create an ad. I'm going to do one that's open house here, and I click create an ad. So that's kind of just really a couple clicks. Now all I have to do is click publish. And this ad, all the boxes that you needed to check on Facebook, we've already checked automatically in the backend. So these leads come back with name, email, and phone number. Okay. It's really hard, frankly, in my mind, for agents to run ads consistently and correctly. And that's not quite the agent's fault. You know, we're not all that super tech savvy, but Facebook changes their website like every 3 or 4 days. They're always testing, they're always changing, making improvements, and where a box was yesterday is in a different place today. This post here came from Heidi in our mastermind group on December 22nd, okay, of last year, right before Christmas. She says, I'm just sharing some great lead gen return. 447 leads with name, phone number, and email for 8 cents a lead. Woohoo, right? That's awesome. This is what I'm showing you right here is exactly how she ran the ad. She chose her property and clicked publish. Now, we have been, our platform, Listings to Lead, we have been using Facebook ads for our clients since Facebook developed their ad platform. So we know really well what's going on, how it works. If something changes or breaks, we know about it much faster than the market knows because we kind of live in that space. And we, in December, we analyzed the last $500,000 of ads spent by our clients, right? Because our clients are in here clicking buttons just like I'm showing you right now, and we can see how much they spent. And we analyzed what lead cost is. So I'm going to share with you that buyer leads typically cost about $1.55 on Facebook. Seller leads typically cost around $6.70. So seller leads cost more because Facebook knows they're more important to realtors, so they charge you more. I'm going to show you some ways to get seller leads off of Facebook. But just so you know, 8 cents a lead is an outlier, right? That doesn't happen. We've been a company for 12 years. I haven't heard that number. I don't think I've heard that number before. But I can tell you why it happened. December is a great month for realtors to take naps. They usually fall asleep right after Thanksgiving and wake up when the spring comes because that's when the market gets hot. But a lot of realtors know this, so they keep marketing through that nap period for all their realtors because their competitors are gone, and now leads cost 8 cents. This lady has got a really great CRM. She's got a really great follow-up plan. For her to get 450 leads basically at 8 cents a lead, she is super excited. So, you know, if you're advertising in the winter months, you're going to find that you've got less competitors, meaning less agents competing. So let's go back to market listing. Oh, I might be kicked out. I think I'm logged in with me. Yeah, so we're back in my account. And what I want to show you on the ad section is that, yeah, you can run ads pretty easily with our system. But I want to run another kind of ad. And this is if you want more listings. Click create a listing ad and market your properties when they're sold. And click create ad. And now you can use your same home, but it now is sold. And we're not trying to get buyers with sold ads. It says your home's value has been affected. Click here to get your estimated home value free. All you got to do is click publish. For a lot of our clients, just pushing publish works really well. But for a lot of our clients, depending on how much competition, that does not work very well. So what happens is the ad goes out, but you don't get any leads. So let me show you what you do if that happens to you. You click advanced options, and when you scroll down, you'll notice that there's a section that says primary text. It's the same language that's over here. And often when you sell homes, especially in today's market, there's some data points that I'm going to kind of mute everybody. I got somebody kind of talking in the background. There, good. So when you have this box here and you're going to market a sold ad, there's usually things that happen like in contract in 5 days. Like if that happens, that's something that you gotta shout out, right? Sold 10K above asking. Again, this is happening in markets because it's just so competitive to buy a home today. But you can also say like 8 offers, 7 buyers, qualified, still looking, right? This gets people to click if they really are thinking about selling their house, because you're telling them I can sell fast and get good money and I got qualified people. Those little tweaks can often make this work really well, okay? So that's another part of the ad system that you should be definitely marketing homes when they're sold. Then there's this section over here, create PDF guide ad. What's this? There are 25 PDF guides for sellers, for homeowners. There are 25 for buyers. If you hover over here and you download it by clicking that white button, you will notice that you, the agents, are branded on every page of these things. So you can choose any of these discussions and say, you know what, I want to talk to sellers. So I'm gonna do an ad on the 12 mistakes to avoid. Just click on the green button and type in whatever you want to type in, right? I'm gonna type in Philadelphia. And when you do that, all you got to do is click publish. You don't have to do anything else. You'll notice that this ad is scheduled to run for 1 week for $50. Now, I mentioned earlier that we think on average seller leads cost about $677. So you probably can expect to get about 9 seller leads from this. Okay. Your ad will be seen by 1,000 people. I don't know if you can see it, but this says sponsored by Listings to Leads. And that's because I work for Listings to Leads. Your ad is going to be sponsored by your business page. It was kind of the first step, right? So it's an important place for you to build a brand. And in case you don't know this, I talk to realtors every day, every weekday. I often, they don't know what to do with social media. And they ask me, like, what should my strategy be? And I'm going to share with you what I share. And that is that each agent, any agent that wants to grow their business should be running 2 ads every week. And if you're a totally green rookie agent with no business and no budget, I would recommend you spread out $200 a month on these 8 ads, the 2 ads every week, right? So every week run a listing ad for $20, and every week run a PDF report guide for $20. That's 2 times 25 is 50, 4 weeks a month, $200, right? For that, you will end up capturing 100 to 200 leads, maybe more, but your business page that you're sponsoring with is going to be seen 15 to 20,000 times. Now, if you're a new agent and you don't have really a huge name, how in the world are people going to know you're a realtor other than you talking about it over the holidays with your friends, right? So running ads for $200, yeah, you're going to be seen a lot of times on Facebook and people are going to recognize you're a realtor. Obviously, if you're running ads and giving away free content that's important to homeowners or home buyers, well, that's even better for you, right? But you can also borrow a listing. And let me go over here to the listings page. If you're an agent without any listings, if you talk to a colleague and say, hey, can I borrow one of your listings and market it to get buyers? Click grab a listing, right? And just drop in the zip code, MLS ID, deselect this so we don't make a YouTube video, and click grab. And that'll pull the listing into your account. Then all these tools are here, right? So that's kind of the ad section. There's one other part of ads I'll just point out, but it's not critical. You could almost skip this, is the landing page section. Now, I'm going to just do this one here real quick, free home values, because I don't know how long you guys have been realtors. But if any of you have been realtors for more than 4 or 5 years, you would recognize this ad on the right. Click here to get your free home value. That's because there were so many, you know, real estate gurus and ad people talking about this. Even I gave presentations every week on Facebook advertising. I was teaching our clients how to do this. But a lot has changed since those days. One, thousands and thousands of ads have been run around the country, and this is kind of blown out. Two, Facebook got themselves in trouble with illegal ads, and so your ability to target has decreased significantly. It's very hard to get a high quality lead with this kind of ad. That being said, we certainly have clients that are doing that. They're getting good leads from that ad. I think the PDF guides and the sold ads are much better. I showed you how to do that. But we also create some other landing pages, and you can create all your custom landing pages, anything you want. We create a new construction one, so when you run an ad like this, you're going to have an ad that looks like that, and you're going to get buyer leads of people that are interested in new construction. Okay, so that's kind of what you can do with the ad section. Let's go over to the listing section, and I want to talk about what are the top tools to use when you're marketing your listing. Before that, I want to point this out. If you click on settings under listings and you click on ads, you can actually have us run ads for you automatically. You can set your monthly budget, I'll set like 300. You can say, hey, anytime I have a listing in my account that's coming soon or just listed or open house, and obviously you can choose all these, but sold, I want you to run an ad, okay? That way you don't even have to do it. And we run 1 week ads. If they're for buyers, it's 35 bucks. If it's for sellers, it's for 50 bucks. Now, I'm going to point out something, and I know that a couple of you run ads, so I'm going to, this is a little bit more for people who don't run ads. If we go to listings, and to think about it, when I talk about running an ad for sellers for 50 bucks, remember you're only going to get 9 leads. If you are running ads for sellers and you are getting 9 leads or 8 leads or maybe even 10, you might want to put more money on your ad if you find that you're getting good response from those leads, right? Because the more money you put on an ad, the more leads you're going to get. That being said, we do have clients that spend, $100 an ad, and they run, a couple of ads a month because they're getting good seller leads. Don't do that until you know that, but you can always edit that price. So I'm going to click here on my market listings, and you can see we do a whole heck of a lot of things here, right? We do Facebook ads. I can go right here and click and create an ad. Boom. We do social media posts. And the social media post, that's when we started the call and we went into, I think it was Chris's account, and we were looking at her social media auto posting. This is what social media auto posting looks like. So you don't even have to do anything. Once you've turned it on, we're about to go to my LinkedIn page. You're going to see what an automated post looks like. So it's on LinkedIn. And let me have a sip of this, my coffee. So you can see that there's some dialogue, there's some emojis, there's some hashtags, and there's a big colorful picture. You did not have to touch anything to do that. You just had to set it up, right? And, but what's more important, while this is good and this looks better than what most realtors can do by hand, if you click on this, there is a landing page behind it, right? And this has an open house. So there's kind of this Mission Impossible ticking time bomb thing going on. So, but it's high level, it's not details. If you want the details, you click on this button, continue with Facebook. And it says, hey, what's it gonna say? Maybe it's gonna make me log in. Okay, I guess not. So it said, thank you. I'm not sure what this pop-up is, but now we're dropped on the single property website. And all the details on this home are here. The only way I can get those details is by clicking that button. And by clicking that button, the agent gets my name, email, and phone number. Now, I think Christine didn't actually connect LinkedIn or Twitter. And I want to point out to you why you should. You see these things here that are like hashtag realtor, hashtag real estate, hashtag house hunting. Both Twitter and LinkedIn, they index these things, meaning that you might not even log into LinkedIn. You might have set up Twitter 5 years ago and you don't even remember how to log in anymore. But if you dusted off that password and you put this out here, I guarantee you there are people following hashtag real estate on Twitter in your market, and house hunting, and new homes, and real estate, a realtor. And so when you put this out in an automated way with these hashtags, many more people than your 3 friends are going to see this. So I really recommend that you go set up accounts, let us automatically post. It's also really smart for you as a listing agent to be able to say, yeah, I put your listings on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I put a virtual tour on YouTube. That is a mouthful, and frankly, not many agents can say that at all, right? So one thing before I keep going down this list, there are a lot of tools here. What's moving the needle, what's helping our clients grow is these ones at the top. Facebook ads, social media auto posts, which I just showed you, gets free leads. There's a seller social media. We email this to you, open it up. You're going to need to get this in your listing presentation so you're comfortable. But this gets on the homeowner's wall. And it says, we got an open house, and you are their realtor. These leads are a little bit more akin to referrals because they're coming from your clients, friends and family and colleagues on Facebook. The nearby homeowner letter, we kind of started the call, is right here on this list. This is the #1 tool for getting more listings. And if you're a realtor with a CRM of a lot of leads, like hundreds or thousands, you should be using this like once a week. Copy it here, put it in your MailChimp or put it in whatever, and blast it out. Here it says, hey, we've got an open house. Click here, go become a buyer lead for me. That's going to affect your home value. Click here. And you don't have to like segment your database. Just send these things to everybody every week. If you keep going down, boy, my phone is really ringing a lot today. If you keep going down, single property websites, virtual tours, open house, whole open house marketing kit, which is awesome. Even if you're not the listing agent, you're just going to sit at the open house, you should pull in that listing and get these tools if you want more buyers and more sellers. Our open house kits get a lot of listings. We got listing flyers, we got door hangers, we got sign writers. We can even put QR codes and stuff like that on there, right? If you're a blogger, if you're Craigslist, we got you covered. But these things up here on the top half of this page, if you market your homes just listed with these tools, and if you do an open house, you market the same home again with these same tools. Now remember, the Facebook ad takes 1 click, and the social media post, once you save the open house date, it's going to auto post anyway. So all you really got to do is get that social media letter to your client and decide, hey, do I want to use this for open house? I definitely would, that nearby homeowner letter, and blast that out. Not a lot of work, you're going to get leads out of that. And then again, when the home is sold, market it again, right? So just listed, open house, and sold. If you don't do open houses, obviously skip it, right? But let me show you something when a home is sold. And especially the sellers nearby, the social media posts for the seller. This is what it says. Our home sold, and we want to recommend you for doing an excellent job. This is what's going on your homeowner's Facebook wall. Who's looking at their wall? All their friends and family and colleagues. And it says you can help them. And so we automatically put your name and email in front of all their friends and family. We send this tool to you automatically. Please open the email, read it, forward it, call the client for 5 seconds. Say, hey, I just sent you something. Would you put that on your wall? We'd appreciate it. you want to do that when it's just listed. You want to do it again when it's open house, but you definitely want to do it when it's sold, because it says right here, you know, you're the realtor. Call them. So that's how you market listings. I showed you how to run ads. Do you have any questions right now? I'm going to kind of dive into a couple of other things, but I've gone through a lot. Are there any questions right now?
I'm good.
Okay.
Question, but
What's your question, Linda? Linda, were you trying to ask something there? I think we muted her or something.
yeah. Oh, there we go. My mic was muted and I wasn't sure how to get it back on. You said in one of the automatic ones, there was one that's coming soon.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because technically we're not supposed to put any addresses on anything or until it's actually listed in the MLS. How do you get around that?
Let me ask you this, Linda. Does your MLS allow you to market coming soon listings?
Wait,
I don't think so.
there is I believe there is. Yeah, I go ahead and do coming soon. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I just blow right past that.
Yeah. So
I don't think we can market it in the MLS though.
yeah, and you don't need
not in the MLS. No, you don't need it in the MLS.
This is how you do
Not
it.
in the MLS.
Linda, watch this. You click on listings. So what I was showing you in the automated section, let me start there. So we go to listings, we click on settings, we click on ads. This is how you turn on the automation. You turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, here's my budget. I'm going to spend $300 a month. If you've been in the business for a while, like more than 2 years, I recommend you are all spending $300 a month on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then you check this box, coming soon, just listed, open house, and sold. Okay. And you save. And that's going to run the ads automatically for you. Okay. So that turns on the automation, so you don't even have to do anything to run an ad. But let me now show you what you do to get that listing in. You go to the top of the listings page, there's a green button that says add listing. And you manually create it because it's not in the MLS, so we're not going to see it. And this is all you need. You see here, these fields, this is all you need. So you don't need a lot. And like you said, they don't want your address or something like that. Once you fill that out, and you don't need a lot of information because it's coming soon and people aren't expecting it. You can just write, this is not on the MLS. You can write it right here.
Greg, hold on just a sec. Greg, would you mute yourself? I keep hearing feedback from you.
Yeah, if I mute myself, Linda, you're not going to hear anything. I'm going to mute you. And that should be a little bit better. So right here, I am manually creating a listing. You can put in a few data points and then click here and save and add photos. You can actually do this, like just take one photo of the front of the house with your smartphone and upload it. And once you've done that, it's going to sit right here in your listing section. And you can then just click on it like this. And the first thing we're going to drop you on, and actually, if you turn on automated list ads, we're going to run an ad. As soon as you pull it in with a photo, we're going to run an ad. Or you can just go here and click create an ad. And that coming soon ad will capture leads. I hope that makes sense to you, Linda. You can unmute yourself if you want, if you have more questions on this.
Yeah, I think I just need to sit down and go through it because it's all sort of spinning around in my head right now.
I hear you.
And I can't really see each item on the screen that you have up. So once I sit down with it, Greg, I'll go over this with you if you don't mind, and we'll just take it one step at a time.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, just as far as when you go in there and it's going to be clicking and filling in the blanks, really.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as setting it up, and then it just kind of does its, when you let it go, it just goes. So, I mean, like Vincent was saying, just a picture, whatever verbiage you want to put in there, and then you'll just follow the prompts.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. And then, so I'm going to mention a couple of new things here. Greg, what kind of CRM do you guys all use? The same CRM, or what's going on?
We do. We have a website,
Mhm.
but we go through
Command?
God, what is it? Well, we have Command,
Yeah.
but that would be debate. Yeah, through KW, we have Command.
Okay. Okay. Well, so there is a way on your profile to connect. There, I think you need Zapier or something. I can't remember how you connect to Command. But there's also this section here, which is follow-up. So, this is a follow-up. We have follow-up plans for buyers and for sellers. This is going to become a really powerful part of our system. So if you feel like your CRM is not getting your phone to ring with those leads, it's not really working that well, you might want to try this out too. We also have this section that says social. And when you come here, you kind of say turn it on as a trial, but what you're able to do is we can put topics. This is content for your social media platforms. And you can choose what topics: kitchen design, home improvements, success, kind of quotes, outdoor decks, outdoor living, gardening. You can choose them all. It will put a ton of content on your social media things though. But a lot of social media content is often from realtors fairly boring and dry, right? It's the market's going up, interest rates are doing this, whatever. But this allows you to put a little more kind of like personality kind of content, and also keep your social media platforms fresh. So you choose your topics here, you click the settings, which is the timing, meaning how often do you want to post something? Every day. You see here I've got every other day. That's a pretty cool thing. Free part of it. Makes your social media pages look a little more fresh. And I'm going to show you one more thing, and I'm going to open it up for questions again. And if there aren't any, I will take this recording, get it on YouTube, and Greg, I'll send you a link. So this is techie. So Linda, if your head was spinning before, this is probably going to seem really next level. But this is probably one of the most powerful things going on Facebook, and that is called retargeting. And what retargeting means is, let's do a quick ad, and let's say we want to do for sellers, and we want to do this divorce in real estate. What to think about, right? Because man, divorce is probably more popular than cooking today. So if I want to say I want this to go in Princeton, New Jersey, yeah. Well, it's going to show up for everybody that lives within 15 miles of Princeton. I could say, hey, I want it to go 30 miles. But if I click this button down here, I can retarget. And this is an important part of Facebook that I would tell you that I would say 1% of agents in the United States today even know what this is. 1%. And it's even less than that can actually use it. And that's because using retargeting in Facebook is a real pain in the rear. It is not easy. However, we make it incredibly easy. When you go connect the Facebook ads, remember when I said, and I'll kind of show you where it's all going to live. Let me explain to you what it does right now. When you turn it on, it tells us to create a file in your own private Facebook account. And that file is going to be called L2L buyer and seller audience. And when that file gets to be 1,000 leads, it's going to pop up in this box right here. And now what's going on is every time you run an ad, in this case, everybody within 30 miles of Princeton is going to see it. but also everybody on that list is going to see it. This is very important if you want to convert leads. When you convert leads, that's when you start making money. When you collect email addresses, that's cool, but you're not getting paid for that. So if you want to get into lead conversion, I definitely recommend that you turn on our retargeting. So how do you do that? Well, when you come over to, let's see here, I'm going to log out. I'm going to show you what this looks like here real quickly. Let me log out, and your company is called the Grant Homes Group, right? The Grant, yeah. So I'm going to log in right now under your team umbrella. Kind of looks like this. And so when you log in, when you go to ads, it's going to look just like this. It's going to say connect to Facebook. Remember, I mentioned that earlier. If you watch this video, it's only 20 seconds long. It's going to show you exactly what happens. You're going to click, you're going to continue as your name. You're going to choose your real estate business pages, and you can use multiple ones. You're going to click next, and you're going to click done, and it's going to bring you back, and it's going to say, okay, it's going to bring you back to Facebook or bring you back to this page. So now you're done. But when you connect, this connect to Facebook button will be gone, and those 3 green buttons I was showing you that say like create listing ad, create landing page ad, and create PDF, they're going to be there. But right underneath it is going to be a little yellow box that says turn on custom audience, accept custom audience terms. Click that and accept. And then when you come back, it's going to say turn on retargeting. And once you turn on retargeting, you're going to be able to do that, right? Now, I'll leave one more tidbit. And if retargeting sounds interesting to you, and you have been in the business for a while, and you've got 1,000 or more leads sitting somewhere, you can actually create your own custom audience, and you can start targeting your ads to all your old leads. There are many agents like you who have been paying great companies like Zillow and HomeSnap and all these other fine companies for leads, paying a lot of money for leads, but you don't have any business. You can actually upload them to Facebook and run ads and continually run ads in front of them. So if any of you are in that predicament, in that spot, you can ask support to help you, or you can email me and I can kind of walk you through that. So that's kind of my story, guys. I want to just remind you, go in and set up your profile. Greg sent you an email to kind of do that. Linda, you're on the call now. Definitely, go here. So it looks like Linda has Zillow reviews. Let's go look at her listings real quick. And I think I remember seeing this. I was kind of looking at it. This might be unusual, yeah. So Linda has the same house twice in her account, and that's because it's showing up in 2 different MLSs. Greg, I don't know if you know what that's about. I don't know if we need to represent both MLSs or if they overlap each other, but normally we would only see a listing one time. So Linda, all these tools that I've been talking about, you have in your account. And the nearby homeowner letter is already sitting in your account. I don't think we email it to you, but this is the #1 tool for agents who want more listings. Now, I don't know that area, if you want more listings in this area, but this is the tool.
No,
Yeah. So,
but I got another one that'll be active this evening that I would like to do.
So if it's going to go active, it's going to automatically get swept into our system, and all these tools are going to be created. You'll know when it hits the system, Linda, because we're going to email a bunch of those tools to you automatically.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
You shouldn't need to go in and pull it in or nothing like that. If you're the listing agent. But I would, Linda. It looks like you did log in. Let me go over here real quickly and look at your. Okay, so
I don't know why that lot is showing up twice.
I
That's
mentioned.
very odd.
So one thing, Linda, I would recommend that you log in and connect to your social media before your listing comes in. Okay?
Okay.
Because, and I'm going to do this for you right now, so you don't need to do this step. Nothing's going to happen here until you connect these social media accounts. Like I said earlier, I would try to connect them all. Because if you do this today and your listing comes in tonight, boom, it's going to go automatically to all these systems.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I would definitely do that. I would also, if you look at the 5-minute video, it talks about how to get, this is where I mentioned earlier, you all have your own landing pages. When you come to landing pages, you all have these 3 automatically created. And you click here, view, and Linda, you've got your own landing page like this. You want to copy this, and this is part of the setup, and you want to go to your lead links and turn this little walkthrough off, and you want to click edit, and you want to paste your own link here, because this link that's going to be capturing listing leads from your listings, those leads are going to the office unless you make that change.
Okay.
I would make these changes before your listing hits the system.
Okay. Yeah.
Turn on your social media, get that lead link thing fixed, and that's about it. Now, obviously, in the 5-minute video, it's going to tell you to connect and do your Facebook ads. You got to do that as soon as you can, and definitely if you want to market that, which I would highly recommend that you market that on Facebook, you're going to need to connect a Facebook ad account, which is right here. Okay. So, any other questions?
I think I'm good. I just, again, it's just a matter of implementing, and we all have the videos. So, you know, Linda, it'll be good once you get that tonight, and tomorrow we can start rocking and rolling on that one, on your new listing.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, if you want to do another call, like I know you're pretty advanced with this. You've seen it the longest.
Okay.
You can get people kind of up and running, and if you want to schedule another call to answer questions, I'm happy.
Okay.
Right.
That would be good. I think, yeah, we can play with it. Everybody can get in and play with it, and then each individual, if we can put a list of questions together and then jump on another call, or I can even email them to you, and just so you have a heads up of what we're looking, you know, so you just get ahead of the call there and what we're looking to do and what the questions are. But I think we have a good start.
And I would recommend, Greg, that you make sure and invite everybody into the mastermind group.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to point out, there's a video right here, and I don't know if you're seeing it, but this video is something very new that we're about to launch. We've actually already launched it. We're just creating it. But that video we're creating in-house here by just you answering a few questions. Then you'll be able to download it, you'll be able to use it in ads, and you'll be able to upload it to YouTube and all kinds of fun stuff like that. But video content is pretty powerful for advertising. It's just difficult to make for realtors. So we're setting up a process to sort of automate that. So everybody, thanks, Greg. Thanks for having me. We welcome your business.
Thank you, Vincent.
You're welcome. I didn't mention, but inside everyone's account is a support page. We've got a great support team. If you put your question in this box, we know your account because there's some codes for your account. So we know if you say, hey, I'm having a problem doing this, they're going to know.
Okay.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks so much. I'll get this recording out to you, Greg, and let me know if you need anything.
Thank you so much, Vincent.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, Linda. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.